Broadcasting live from the Meridics via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Centennial Sportsplex. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we move to the traditional quiet week of the early part of the regular season. 11 of the teams not playing this week because of the fall break. 5 are, and there's only one game in the league tonight. We have it for you here from Rink A, the Tennessee Outlaws and Hendersonville-Beech-Gallatin, as both teams are playing just their second game of the season. They last played 2 weeks ago tonight on opening night with varying results. The Outlaws beating Independence Ravenwood 2 rather handily, 6-2, while Hendersonville lost 6-0 to Ensworth. As we kick off, it's still a pretty important week because we got that game Wednesday night between Mount Juliet and Rutherford, and if Mount Juliet lose that game, then Franklin become the first team this season to secure a place in their tier for the rest of the regular season and a tournament berth. They'd be staying up in Tier 1 for the rest of the regular season and qualifying for the Predators Cup. But that storyline will wait until Wednesday. So let's do our usual pregame show activities, and that is going over the results from last week. There were 7 games last week. There were supposed to have been 8. One of them got moved. Last Monday, USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Goodpasture beat Independence Ravenwood 2-1. Montgomery Bell beat Pope Prep MLK GCA 3-1. And Franklin beat Ravenwood 7-3. On Wednesday night, USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Goodpasture beat Centennial 4-3. Franklin beat Pope Prep MLK GCA 6-4. MBA beat Brentwood 4-1, and Ensworth Nolensville Lipscomb beat Independence Ravenwood 2 7-4. The game between Mount Juliet, Wilson Central, Green Hill, and Ravenwood that was supposed to have been played at 8:15 on the South Rink in Antioch, that got moved to November 8th, the last night of the first half of the regular season. Same time, same location. So here's a look at the standings with the first 19 games of the regular season done. Franklin leading Tier 1 at 4-0. MBA second at 3-0. Father Ryan third at 2-0. Ravenwood in fourth at 1-2. Pope in fifth at 1-3. Rutherford in sixth at 0-1. Mount Juliet seventh at 0-2. And Brentwood at the bottom of Tier 1 at 0-3. On to Tier 2. Ensworth leading at 3-0. USN second with 2 wins and a tie. Summit Page and the Outlaws both at 1-0. Station Camp Liberty Creek in 5th at 0-1-1, 1 loss and 1 tie. Hendersonville in 6th at 0-1. Centennial 7th at 0-2. And Independence at the bottom of Tier 2 at 0-3. And just the one game this evening coming up at 7:40 here on Rink A at Centennial. The Outlaws taking on Hendersonville-Beech-Gallatin. So let's talk about the two teams playing tonight's game. First up, the Outlaws, coached by Chris Deming. We featured them in our opening night triple-header back on September 25th as they beat Independence Ravenwood 2 6-2. So here are their player stats coming into tonight. They have 9 players, 9 skaters with at least 1 point. Jacob Schenk has 4 points from 3 goals and an assist. Dalton Alejandro and Josh Kane each with 2 points from a goal and an assist. Andrew Leach with a point from a goal. And then you have James Daniel, Logan Wood, A.J. Malloy, Clive Keeler, and Bob Cobb, each with 1 point from an assist. And in goal, Dawson Reynolds played in goal for the Outlaws in that game, so he's 1-0 in the year. Played the full 42 minutes, allowed just 2 goals on 21 shots, turned away the other 19. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 900. And he has a goals against average of 2. All right, let's move on and talk about the other team that's playing tonight. Seeing them for the first time this season, Hendersonville-Beech-Gallatin. New head coach, Stephen Sullivan, taking over from Carson Corley, who stepped down after 4 years on the job. And Hendersonville, ever since they got so close to the Predators Cup in 2018-19, they have fallen back, and they have been stuck in the GNASH wilderness ever since. And I don't think they're not going to get out this year because they're still a pretty young team. They were the 3 seed in the Hine Cup last year, but were eliminated in the second week of the postseason. They lost their first-round game to Centennial in overtime 2-1. Managed to knock Independence out, and then they got knocked out by the 1-seeded Outlaws, who got put into the losers bracket by USN. Unfortunately for Hendersonville, they graduated 3 of their top 5 scorers from last season. Their leading scorer, far and away Connor Smith, at 30 points from 13 goals and 17 assists, 13 more than the second co-leading scorers of Merrick Mott and Colin Smith. He graduated, and so did the 4th and 5th leading scorers, Cole Ulrich and Gavin Metter. How many other seniors did they have? Ryan Steno, he graduated too. Ben Landsberg. But they didn't have a big graduation class, but it was pretty significant in terms of production. Ryan Moskov, who would have been a senior this year, looks like he decided not to return to the team. They do bring back their second and third leading scorers in Merrick Mott and Colin Smith, as well as Justin Schaefer, Gideon Drobnik, Patrick Sullivan. Noah Collier would have been a junior this year, or would have been a senior this year. Looks like he's elected not to play. So, yeah, all these guys that were outside the top 5 in scoring are going to be expected to step up in place of those who graduated. Now, they lost their opening night game 2 weeks ago tonight to Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb 6-0. So as we turn to their stats, we can't read any player stats because none of them have any points because they got shut out. So we go down to the goaltending stats. Freshman Justin Smith played in that game against Ensworth, so his record 0-1. He played the full 42 minutes, allowed all 6 goals and 23 shots, turned away the other 17. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 74, 740. And that's it for breaking down the 2 teams that are playing tonight's game, as the Zamboni is got a couple more lanes to go over before he has to get off. So the Outlaws will be favorites in this game. And the Outlaws already on the bench waiting to hit the ice, as the Zamboni has just one more little strip of sheet to go over, and then he'll be done. For Hendersonville, this is the first of 4 games over a 10-day stretch. Tonight they're playing the Outlaws. Wednesday night they're playing Station Camp Liberty Creek right back here on Rink A. We'll have that game for you. Next Monday they have to play Centennial, and then next Wednesday, the 18th, they'll play Independence Ravenwood 2, and to be completely honest, I think Independence are better than them. I think Landrick Majewski and Torrin Kemble are better than any of the players on the Hendersonville roster. So that 4-game stretch is very likely going to determine how the rest of Hendersonville's season will go. I say it's very likely that they end up staying in Tier 2 and playing in the Hine Cup. They're still too young to me. I think next year is the year when they start challenging, if we keep this format, which, to be honest, is probably the best case scenario format outside of making everybody play everybody and then, dudes getting blown out. As Hendersonville are now up on the bench. I should note they did get a couple of pretty big pickups. One big pickup in particular. Carter Morrison, who is the leading defenseman for Pope, transferred to Gallatin during the offseason. So that's a pretty big pickup in terms of physicality. But is he playing tonight? I don't know. I don't see him yet. But they haven't been allowed out on the ice because the Zamboni doors haven't been closed. They're being closed now. So they can hit the ice for the 3-minute warm-up. And then we'll see if he's on the ice tonight. Yeah, he's there. He's there. You can't miss him. He's tallest guy out there, and he's wearing a yellow helmet. So, yeah, Carter Morrison is playing for Hendersonville tonight, and they're going to need him to deal with the likes of Shank and Kane and Alejandro and those guys. But, yeah, I think Hendersonville are a year away from challenging for either a place in Tier 1 or being a Hein Cup contender. But it's amazing that they got so close to winning the Preds Cup in 2019. In that if necessary game against Brentwood, they had leads of 1-0 and 2-1, lost 7-2. And ever since then, they've been stuck in the GNASH wilderness. They managed to stay in Tier 1 in 2019-20, but barely. And when we split them off into tiers for the second part of the regular season, they were eliminated from GNASH Cup contention on the first night of tier play by NBA, who ended up winning the GNASH Cup. And then they were the first team eliminated from the Predators Cup. And then the following year, they ended up in Tier 2, and they've been there ever since. As the warm-up clock has finally been turned on. The scorekeeper getting some signatures from the coaches. Be interesting to see who the Outlaws put in net. So they got Dawson Reynolds warming up, but they also have Justin Yanuchili. One minute left in pregame warm-up. I'm going to go look at the score sheet real quick. Thomas Redden is the other backup for the Outlaws tonight. They're going to put Justin Yanuchili in goal to start the game. Justin Smith is going to start in goal for Hendersonville. And again, Justin Yanuchili starting in goal for the Outlaws. This first period, Hendersonville carry the puck from my left to right. Outlaws from my right to left. Game is underway. Puck with the Outlaws with the puck at center, and then it drifts back inside the Outlaws zone. Justin Yanuchili sweeping it around the wall to his right. Puck on the far boards, Logan Wood with it. Trying to pass ahead to Jacob Shank, and that actually comes back towards the Hendersonville net, and Justin Smith out to play. It actually went off the underside of his stick blade through his legs. Luckily, he was standing to the right of his own net. That could have been a disaster early on. Colin Smith at center, falls over, and here's a shot from Gage Salome on the left side of the net, or left side of the Outlaws zone that goes over the net. Now back the other way come the Outlaws. Shank, left wing side of the Hendersonville zone. Trying to center in front, shot, scores, Josh Kane. I thought Kane was going to have that puck go behind him, but no, he managed to reach back, got a hold of it, and slides it underneath Smith into the back of the net, and the Outlaws score just 48 seconds into the game. They are up 1-0. Hendersonville win the draw and get it into the Outlaws zone. And the Outlaws carry it out. Brought into the Hendersonville zone and shot over the net from the high slot by Owen Hervey. And then his rebound try, I think, may have gone off of Smith from right in front of the net. Puck in the left wing corner, Clive Keeler trying to put it out in front. Carter Morrison breaking that pass up. Now Morrison through center into the Outlaw zone with a shot that's blocked. And Owen Hervey picks up the rebound. Hervey into the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side. Backhanding it towards the net. It's sticked away by Justin Smith. Now Gideon Drobnik bumps shoulders with an Outlaw defender going into the Tennessee zone. Now back the other way come the Outlaws. Puck chipped into the Hendersonville zone. Jared Sheridan with it. Passing to the far side, Caden Smith trying to backhand it up the wall. Intercepted, Jacob Shank moving to the high slot. Trying to move through defenders. Soft backhander towards the net was steered away by Justin Smith. Now Shank behind the net with it. Puts it out in front, and it is knocked over into open space on the left side by Tyler Ellis, but then cleared out by the Commandos. Puck in the Outlaw zone on the right wing side. It's poked away from Jared Sheridan, but it ends up loose. And I think it was Harper Deanna who had a chance to maybe pick it up and carry it to the net, but that was taken away. And then an Outlaw player flipping the puck through the air from the red line that Justin Smith had to catch like he was an outfielder and drop to keep play going. Justin Schaefer banging the puck off the near boards to center. And then a hand pass called on Schaefer as he was trying to get the puck over to Gage Salome. And that stops the clock with 11 minutes left in the first, and the Outlaws up 1-0. Draw is going to be in front of the Outlaw bench. Draw one by Hendersonville. Carter Morrison dumps the puck into the Outlaw zone. Justin Yanuchili sending it around to the far boards. Nate Luke had it, and the Outlaws managed to clear it out. Carter Morrison bumped off the puck. It's going to the inboards of the Hendersonville zone. Luke after it. Passing it over to Morrison on the far wall. Morrison cross ice off the boards, trying to get it to Patrick Sullivan, who got knocked down inside the Outlaw zone going for the puck. Colin Smith on the far side, trying to bump it towards the slot, but the Outlaws managed to come up with it in clear. Morrison gets it back into the Outlaw zone. Puck in the right wing corner, trying to centering pass. It was broken up, and the loose puck picked up on the far side. Dalton Alejandro wanted to pass, but he whiffed on it. Puck kept in by Nate Luke, moving down the wall, trying to backhand it to the front of the net. Outlaws come up with it. Player getting knocked down as he was trying to move it out of the zone. Now the puck sent into the Hendersonville end by Blake Rodemel. Puck on the far boards. Nate Luke trying to kick it out. Rodemel, I thought it went over the blue line. And now it's back in the Outlaw zone, but now Merrick Mott with it, trying to go around the back of the net. Leaves it at the end boards for Gideon Drobnik. And it's taken away from Justin Schaefer. Puck still in the zone, though, on the right wing side. And a shot from Schaefer. I think it'll be turned away by Yanuchili. My view was blocked. It either went over the net or Yanuchili steered it away. Now the puck is back in the Hendersonville zone, but Josh Kane had stepped over the blue line before the puck came into the zone. So offside called against the Outlaws, who are still leading 1-0 with 9:09 to go in the first period. Draw one by Hendersonville. Jared Sheridan almost fumbling the puck with Josh Kane coming at him. Puck on the far side of the Hendersonville zone. Merrick Mott has it. Round the back of his own net, out to the near side, passing it ahead to Gideon Drobnik, who gives it away. A no-look backhanded pass to Jacob Shank, who was standing right behind him, and then Shank scores as he carries it into the left circle and fires it into the back of the net. So a careless mistake by Drobnik, trying to backhand the puck out, but not looking. Gives it away to Jacob Shank, who makes him pay for it on the unassisted tally. And it is 2-0 Outlaws with 8:44 to go in the first period. Hendersonville with a puck off the draw. And taken away by the Outlaws. Here's Shank into the Hendersonville zone. Shot in the left wing. Hits Justin Smith in the mask. Rebound cleared out by Hendersonville. Blake Rodemel passing up the far side. Josh Kane brings it back into the Hendersonville zone. Tried to get it over to Shank. It went off a couple of Hendersonville sticks. Carter Morrison on the far side of his own zone, trying to pass ahead. Diagonal forward, cross ice pass to Patrick Sullivan. Oh, tried to flip it to the back door, and Gage Salami, who knocked it wide. They're saying it went off of Yanuchili, so that's the first shot on goal of the game, credited to Hendersonville. Puck back in the Hendersonville zone, quickly cleared out by Carter Morrison. But the Outlaws grab it. Here is Josh Kane having poked off his stick right at the Hendersonville blue line. Now the other end, a shot. Stopped and covered up by Yanuchili. Shot coming from Colin Smith on the left wing side. 7:42 to go in the first. Still 2-0 Outlaws. Draws to Yanuchili's right. Yanuchili, the Spring Hill sophomore. And one by Hendersonville, and a one-timer from the left point goes off the outside of the right-hand side of the net, and the Outlaws are going to end up icing the puck. They're actually saying that Yanuchili got a piece of it. It looked to me like it missed. They put that shot up on the board. I thought it missed. He may have steered it wide. Draw's going to be to his left. Jared Sheridan with a puck, right point, passing it down the lane, but it's turned over and cleared out. Nate Luke clearing it out of the Hendersonville zone. Went through the legs of Harper Deanna. And the Outlaws control again. Brought back into the Hendersonville zone. And a shot from the right half wall. Misses the net to the left of Justin Smith. Now the puck loose in the slot. James Daniel could not get around Jared Sheridan going down the slot. Now the puck out at center, drifting back into the Outlaw zone. They tried to clear it. Hit Harper Deanna, I think. And now a shot from Christian Dickens off the right leg pad of Yanu Chile from the right wing side of the Outlaw zone. And the Outlaws try to clear. It's taken back. Dickens trying to go down the slot, but he turns it over. Now it's brought back into the Hendersonville zone. James Daniel to the front of the net, and he scores. There were two defenders in front of Daniel as he went down the slot. He got by both of them. Justin Smith got hung up at his own right-hand post and gave Daniel the left-hand side of the net. And he was able to slide it in the bottom corner on that open left-hand side and make it 3-0 Outlaws with 6:26 to go in the first. Puck in the Hendersonville zone off the draw. Carried to the slot and a shot turned away by Smith. That shot coming from Jacob Schenk. And the puck cleared out by Hendersonville. Braden Rose with it at center for Hendersonville, bumping it ahead. And it was sent towards the Outlaw blue line. Brought in by Merrick Mott, and his shot is over the net. Shooting just as he crossed the blue line. Puck held in. Gideon Drobnik going to the right wing side with a shot. Oh, it's in! Hendersonville finally get a goal in this young season. Drobnik with a shot that looked like it floated. Merrick Mott is leading the fist bump parade, so I guess it's him. And it is 3-1 Outlaws with 5:37 to go in the first period. Draw one by Hendersonville. They have it inside their own zone. Here's Carter Morrison backhanding it up the far wall. Merrick Mott now left wing side of the Outlaw zone, taking a shot, blockered away by Justin Yanuchili. And a shot from out high. Carter Morrison blocked away by Yanuchili, and the Outlaws clear. Puck dribbling into the Hendersonville zone, picked up by Dom Harpole. The one remaining Merrill Hyde player, grandfathered Merrill Hyde player left on this team. Puck in the Outlaw zone again. They control, try and clear. It's held in at the left point by Harpole. And a slap shot from the left wing side. It'll be turned away by Yanuchili. Or maybe it hit the outside of the net. It's kind of close. Trying to get the puck back to Carter Morrison out high. A couple Outlaw sticks breaking that up. Puck passed around to the far side. Dom Harpole trying to get it to the front of the net. A backhander from Colin Smith went past the net to the left of Yanuchili. Puck held in. Harpole a shot. Stopped by Yanuchili. And the Outlaws are going to end up icing it, as that was the best bit of puck possession from Hendersonville so far in this game. Forcing the Outlaw D to be very, very good. And forcing a save out of Yanuchili. 4:08 to go in the first. 3-1 Outlaws still. Draw to the left of Yanuchili. And a shot from Caden Smith out high off the draw as Hendersonville won. It just went past the net to the left of Yanuchili. And a backhander pass from along the end wall ends up in the netting above the glass. And they say if it went off an Outlaw stick on its way up. So they'll drop the puck to Yanuchili's left again. Puck out on the far side as the Outlaws win the draw. Passed out to center, intercepted by Jared Sheridan, sent back the other way. It's going to be an icing against Hendersonville. Draw is to the left of Justin Smith. Won by the Outlaws. They tried to send it to the front of the net, and a couple of Hendersonville sticks slowed up the shots. Puck drifting towards the right wing corner, picked up by Harper Deanna. Sends it around the wall to the near side. Justin Schaefer picks it up. He carries it out. Tried a cross-ice pass that was broken up by Cameron Wells, but Wells ends up knocking it down the center lane to the front of the Outlaw net, and Yanuchili has no choice but to stop and cover. 3:22 to go in the first, 3-1 Outlaws. Draw is going to be to Yanuchili's right. Won by the Outlaws. Carried out to center by Logan Wood, but he's forced off the puck immediately. Puck in the Outlaws zone again. Cleared out, Josh Kane with it. Josh Kane at center into the Hendersonville zone on the left wing side. A shot off the stick of Jared Sheridan into the netting above the glass. Draw's going to be to Smith's right. Draw one by the Outlaws. Josh Kane, a shot, stopped by Justin Smith, and he'll let Gideon Drobnik collect the rebound, carried out to center, but Kane immediately knocks it off his stick right near the Hendersonville blue line. Backhanded back in by Logan Wood, picked up by Morrison down low. Now Morrison trying to maneuver his way past Wood. Morrison out at center. Across to Merrick Mott, who gives it away to Jacob Shank. Shank back in the Hendersonville zone on the left wing side, double teamed. Nate Luke was on top of him, and Merrick Mott took the puck off of him. Now there's a battle for the puck on the near side boards. Picked up by Kane, trying to pass to the slot, and Shank, that was broken up by Drobnik. Drobnik with it now on the far side. Ahead to Braden Rose, who gives it off to Mott. Mott, left wing side of the Outlaw zone. Mott taking a shot, blocked away by Yanuchili, who dropped his stick. And from behind the net, Mott tried to put it out in front to take advantage of that, but it ended up going through everybody down to the other end of the ice. And now loose puck comes to Logan Wood, but he's bumped off immediately by Gideon Drobnik. Drobnik now into the Outlaw zone on the left wing side. Forced off the puck. It's on the far side now, picked up and cleared out. And we're going to have a penalty against Hendersonville, I think. Yes, interference as Dom Harpole touched it up just inside his own zone. Gage Salami going to go into the box. So Outlaws get the first power play of the game, up 3-1 with 95 seconds to go in the first period. Draw's going to be to Justin Smith's left. Won by Hendersonville. Carter Morrison whips it around the boards, but unfortunately it goes up the glass and out of play. So they'll drop it to Smith's left again. Hendersonville with it. Morrison Trying to clear it out up the far side. It went off, I think, the skate of Clive Keeler and out to center. Colin Smith now into the Outlaws zone on the left wing side. Down the wall, trying to cut to the front of the net. A backhander turned away by Yanuchili. Here come the Outlaws again. Final minute of the first as Blake Rodamel tried to pass it to the front of the net. That was broken up. Colin Smith clears it out. And then Justin Schaefer, Jacob Schenk overskated it. Justin Schaefer into the Outlaw zone, but when he was trying to cut to the front of the net from the right wing side, Outlaw player jumped in front of him and forced the puck off. Icing waved off against the Outlaws as they send it back into the Hendersonville zone, kept alive at the right point by Josh Kane. Now Jacob Schenk moving down the right wing, curling around. Under a minute left in the power play now for the Outlaws. Bob Cobb over to the right half wall and Schenk up, and we're going to have a penalty against the Outlaws, I think. An interference call against James Daniel. He knocked down Dom Harpole in front of the net, and that cost the Outlaws their power play. So it'll be 51 seconds of 4-on-4, 26.2 seconds to go in the first, and the Outlaws are still up 3-1. And the draw is going to be to the left of Yanuchili. And big tie-up for the puck. Hendersonville come up with it. And a shot from Merrick Mott from the right wing had to be steered away from the net by Justin Yanuchili. And then the puck shot wide to the right-hand side of the net from the left point. Puck put out in front. Mott unable to get a stick on it. 30 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Here come the Outlaws. Time's going to run out in the first as a shot from Owen Hervey is turned away by Justin Smith right at the buzzer. And there'll be 25 seconds left in the 4-on-4 when the second period starts. So the Outlaws jumped out to a 3-0 lead thanks to goals from Josh Kane that came just 48 seconds into the game, Jacob Schenk and James Daniel. But Merrick Mott, I think it was Merrick Mott, putting Hendersonville on the board for the first time this season. So it is 3-1, Outlaws over Hendersonville at the end of one. Justin Yanuchili still in goal for the Outlaws. Justin Smith still in goal for Hendersonville. For the second period, Outlaws carry the puck from my left to right. Hendersonville from my right to left. 25 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4. And yes, they did credit the Hendersonville goal to Merrick Mott. As we are ready to go for the second period. And Hendersonville win the draw. Carter Morrison going to the front of the net. A shot stopped by Yanuchili and the rebound in, put in. They score. It was the trailer, Patrick Sullivan. Yanuchili made the save at his left-hand post, but Patrick Sullivan able to punch in the rebound. And Hendersonville are within one, just 9 seconds into the second. 13:51 to go in the second. It is 3-2 Outlaws. Draw one by the Outlaws. Here is Clive Keeler having the puck knocked off his stick. A shot from the right point. Cameron Wells was slowed up by a stick. Now here's Carter Morrison with a puck. Bringing it out to center. Penalty time against Hendersonville is up. They're now on the power play for 69 seconds. Colin Smith around the back of the Outlaw net. Stops in the right wing corner. Passes out up top to the right point, but Jared Sheridan let it go by him all the way to the other end of the ice. Under a minute left in the short power play now for Hendersonville. And here is Morrison, left wing side of the Outlaw zone. Passing out to the center point, Colin Smith managing to get past a couple of defenders, and his shot was blocked by Cameron Wells. Under 30 seconds left in the power play for Hendersonville now. Here's Jacob Schenk. Behind his own net. Fires it out to center, back into the Hendersonville zone where Morrison was waiting. Now Colin Smith at center. Back into the Outlaw zone on the left wing side. Left point. Handing it off to Morrison. Back over to Smith at the center point. Passing over to the right circle. Jared Sheridan, a shot, stopped and covered up by Janu Chile. As a penalty time against the Outlaws is up and they're back at even strength. 3-2 Tennessee with 12:23 to go in the second period. Draw is to the left of Janu Chile. One by the Outlaws. Owen Hervey hands it off to James Daniel. Daniel left wing side of the Hendersonville zone. Puck poked off his stick. Jacob Schenk with it. His shot blocked. And now here come Hendersonville. Puck dumped into the Outlaw zone by Josh Lodel, and Justin Janu Chile stopped it behind the net. He saw Harper Diener coming, so he passes to his right. Logan Wood now passing over, and a shot from the left wing side of the Hendersonville zone, stopped and held onto by Justin Smith. I think that may be Owen Hervey out there. Yes, it is Hervey. That was him with a shot. 11:49 to go in the second still. 3-2 Outlaws. Draw to the right of Justin Smith. One by the Outlaws. James Daniel out high, taking a shot. Kicked away by Smith with the left leg pad. Now here's Jacob Schenk. Backhanding in front. Owen Hervey, a shot stopped. And the rebound backhanded wide from right in front. Puck back in the Outlaw zone on the right wing side. Colin Smith backhanding it across the front of the net. Carter Morrison with it now down low. Trying to stuff it in from the right-hand side of the net, but Janu Chile kept it out. Colin Smith passing up top of the right circle. A shot, score! Harper Deanna! The game is tied! Deanna! Or is it Nate Luke? Is it Deanna or is it Nate Luke? It's Nate Luke! The game is tied. Hendersonville made up a 3-0 deficit. It is 3-3 with 11:14 to go in the second. It looked like the Outlaws were going to run off with this game in the first, but Hendersonville have made up the deficit. It is now a 3-3 game. Dalton Alejandro with a puck in the Hendersonville zone, but they wouldn't let him get anywhere near the net, so he has to back out. Puck back in the Outlaws' end. And Hendersonville come up with it. Gideon Drobnik, left wing corner, comes out in front of backhander that rises through the air. I don't think it touched Janu Chile. And the puck dropped back to Jared Sheridan by Braden Rose, but Sheridan couldn't keep it in the zone at the left point. Now Merrick Mott, left wing corner of the Outlaw zone, dropping it back behind the net for Braden Rose, who sends it around to the near side. Outlaws managed to clear it out. But it's brought back in by Merrick Mott. His shot turned away by Yanu Chile. Now Justin Shaver with a shot from the left circle, turned away by Yanu Chile. Outlaws desperately trying to get it out. Cameron Wells ends up clearing it, and this will be an icing against the Outlaws, who were suddenly on the back foot here. They were up 3-0 just past the midway point of the first, and Hendersonville have completely made up the deficit. It's now 3-3 with 9:31 to go in the second. Draws to the left of Yanu Chile. Outlaws win the draw. Here's Logan Wood carrying it out into the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side, taking a shot, stopped by Justin Smith. Puck comes around to the left point. Jack Resty passing it down the left wing wall. Now it's Blake Rodemel taking a shot that's blocked, trying to get it to the front of the net again. Outlaws keeping the puck alive at the left point. It's passed across. Carter Morrison now. Turns it over. Jacob Shank out in front. Logan Wood, couldn't get the shot away. Puck now behind the net. Josh Kane back over to Wood in the left wing corner. Passing up to the left point, off the stick of Resty and out of the zone. Resty. Backed up too far. Josh Lodo pokes the puck away, and then a not very good shot from the right circle that Yanu Chile had to turn away, and then he had to turn away a rebound try from Harper Deanna at an odd angle. Here's Shank, left wing side of the Hendersonville zone, a shot into the glove of Justin Smith. And now the puck loose, and Patrick Sullivan's going to have a breakaway in the Outlaw zone. Carries it to the front of the net. He lost it. He lost it right when he got to the front of the net. Yanu Chile had it covered. And then Gage Salome with a bit of a follow-up whack. Cameron Wells pushing him. But Patrick Sullivan had a glorious opportunity just now to give Hendersonville a 4-3 lead, and he lost the puck deking as he was going to the front of the net. 7:57 left in the second. It is 3-3. Draw one by Hendersonville. Here's Gage Salome shooting in the left circle, turned away by Yanu Chile. Gage Salome passing out high. Nate Luke, high slot, a shot stopped by Yanu Chile. Rebound. Just sent wide by Sullivan. Puck put out in front for Salome, and he deflects it wide. Hendersonville getting so close to taking the lead. Puck sent down the ice. Icing waved off against the Outlaws. Boy, Hendersonville had proved me wrong. I thought the Outlaws were going to win this game easily. Hendersonville are proving me wrong big time. Here's Colin Smith now, left wing side of the Outlaws zone with a shot knocked down by the glove of Yanu Chile. Here's Carter Morrison now from his own zone. The shots on goal for Hendersonville, they're like, there's going to be a penalty coming up against Hendersonville. Oh, no, offside call. It was an offside warning against Hendersonville. Yanu Chile started to make his way to the bench. But then Hendersonville cleared the zone and the arm was put down. But anyway, I was about to say the shot counter for Hendersonville is shorting them like 7-8 shots. It reads 16. It needs to be close to 25. Big tie up for the puck at the boards right at the Outlaw bench. The Outlaws' shot total reached 13, and to be honest, they might be a couple shy as they have the puck in the Hendersonville zone only to turn it over. Now it's cleared out, and a pass ahead went off the back of Gage Salome's skate way up in the air. Somehow didn't touch any of the state flags in the rafters. It's in the Outlaw zone. Carter Morrison with a shot, or trying to send it to the front of the net from the right point, went off a stick. And the Outlaws end up icing the puck. 5:47 to go in the second. Game is tied at 3. Draws to the left of Yanuchili. One by Hendersonville and a shot right off the draw by Merrick Mata to be turned away. Puck out at center. Hendersonville steering it back towards the Outlaw zone. Cleared out by Cameron Wells. Now here's Blake Rodemel. Inside the Outlaw zone on the far wall. Tried to pass the head to Tyler Ellis. Went off his skates to the other end of the rink for an icing call. 5:14 left in the second. Game tied at 3. Draw to Yanuchili's left. Hendersonville won it, but the Outlaws come up with it and clears. Could be another icing. It will be. Draw will be to Yanuchili's right. Well, Hendersonville won it, and Caden Smith trying to maneuver around, and the puck knocked away. Now Merrick Mott brings it back into the right wing side, taking a shot. Gloved and held onto by Yanuchili. Draws to Yanuchili's right. Won by Hendersonville. Caden Smith with a shot that's blocked. Drifting back into the Hendersonville zone. Picked up by Jared Sheridan. And Sheridan tapping it around to the near side. It's out at center. Now Gideon Drobnik brings it back into the Outlaw zone on the left wing. Passes over Alex Williams. Oh, Bob Cobb jumped in front of him and knocked the puck away. And he's going to end up icing it. 4:23 to go in the second. Game still tied at 3. As Hendersonville had another great chance to take the lead, but Alex Williams couldn't get the puck on his stick. Draw's going to be to Yanuchili's left. And I'm not sure what the holdup is. Okay, one of the referees was, I think, giving the Outlaws maybe one chance to make a change, and they elected not to. Outlaws win the draw. And Dalton Alejandro gives it away at center to Carter Morrison. Now Harper Deanna, right wing side of the Outlaw zone. Pushed into the inbound. I'm sorry, it was Christian Dickens. Thought I saw 97. That was an 82. Nate Luke shooting it across the front of the net from the left wing boards. Christian Dickens taking a big hit from Blake Rodemel. Puck out at center. But here come Hendersonville again. Harper Deanna, left wing side of the Outlaw zone. Couldn't get by Cameron Wells, who takes the puck away and clears. Icing waved off as it goes back into the Outlaw zone, or Hendersonville zone, excuse me. Oh, and then Carter Morrison got tripped. He got tripped by Dalton Alejandro. Trying to get the puck around the wall. So Hendersonville will get their first full 2-minute power play of the game. They've had a short one already in this one. They did not score on. 3:38 to go in the second. Game tied at 3. Draw to the left of Yanuchili. Won by Hendersonville. Colin Smith, center point, moving over to the right wing side. Backhands it down the right wing boards. Merrick Mott puts it behind the net for Gideon Drobnik. Out to the left circle, and Carter Morrison. Morrison passing up to the left point. Nate Luke back to Morrison. Passing over to the center point, Colin Smith. Now Morrison. Morrison maneuvering around the defender to the front of the net. A shot blockered away by Yanu Chile. Gideon Drobnik comes out to the right circle. Takes a shot that bounced off of something and went into the netting above the glass. I think it hit an Outlaw stick and took a bounce. It went into the netting above the glass. 2:59 to go in the second. 80 seconds left in the power play for Hendersonville. The game is tied at 3. Draws to the left of Yanu Chile. Draw one by the Outlaws. Puck in the right wing corner. Hendersonville come up with a steal. Here's Gideon Drobnik passing up to the right point. And Nate Luke across to Carter Morrison on the left wing side. Morrison pass across. Oh, Gideon Drobnik was near the net. Had go off his stick and go to the right wing boards behind him. Still in the zone though. Colin Smith. Left wing side. Under a minute left in the power play for Hendersonville. Oh, and a pass. Morrison passed it up to Smith at the left point, but he couldn't keep it in the zone. Off his stick and out. Now Colin Smith is going to bring it back in on the left wing side. Puck taken away. Outlaws try to clear. Morrison holds it in. Morrison to the front of the net. A shot knocked down by Yanu Chile, and he's got it covered. .36 seconds left in the power play. 2:14 to go in the second. The game is tied at 3. Draw is going to be to the righty Yanu Chile. Draw one by the Outlaws. Clearing attempt held in at the left point by Caden Smith. Here's Patrick Sullivan in the left circle. Under 30 seconds left of the power play for Hendersonville. Jared Sheridan down low, or Justin Savior, excuse me. His shot in the left circle blocked. Clive Keeler falls over trying to clear on the far side. So Colin Smith carries it down the right wing boards, goes around the back of the net. Comes out to the left wing. Passes it behind the net, Patrick Sullivan. Sullivan out to Smith, top of the left circle. Smith over to Caden Smith. Over to Justin Schaefer. Penalty time against the Outlaws is up. Tried to center it to Gage Salami. Outlaws try and clear, held in Caden Smith. Caden Smith, shot, score! Caden Smith with a seeing eye shot through traffic that ends up in the roof of the net. Hendersonville power play expired, but they take the lead anyway. And it is 4-3 Commandos with 88 seconds to go in the second. They were down 3-0 past the midway point of the first. 3-0. They are up 4-3. Outlaws win the draw, bring it into the Hendersonville zone. Merrick Mott carries it out. Brings it into the Outlaw zone. Puck's in the right wing corner. That's out at center. Puck dumped into the Outlaw zone. There's going to be a penalty against Hendersonville. There's a big hit on the far side boards right at the red line at center, and roughing is going to be called against Merrick Mott. There's a big hit on Elijah Freeman. We've entered the final minute of the second now as the Outlaws are going to go back to the power play, down 4-3. Draw is going to be to the left of Justin Smith. One by the Outlaws. Logan Wood, right wing side, sent it across the front of the net. Held in at the left point, Blake Rodemel. Pass down to the left wing corner, and Josh Kane back up top, Rodemel left point. Taking a shot, turned away by Smith. Jacob Schenk with the puck on the right wing side now, passing out to the center point. Rodemel tried to send it to the front of the net, intercepted and brought out by the Commandos. Under 30 seconds left in the power play under 30 seconds left in the period. 30 seconds left in the period, not the power play. As the Outlaws end up icing the puck from just behind the red line at center. .80 seconds left in the power play, 16.7 seconds to go in the second. 4-3, Hendersonville leading. Draw is going to be to the righty, Yanuchili. Won by Hendersonville. Colin Smith carries it out to center, back into his own zone. Being chased by Josh Kane. Passes over Carter Morrison, and time is going to run out on the second. But what a second for Hendersonville. Scoring 3 to take the lead. Patrick Sullivan scoring just 9 seconds into the period. Then Nate Luke ties it, and then Caden Smith gives them the lead. Hendersonville leading the Outlaws 4-3 at the end of 2. Justin Smith still in goal for Hendersonville. Justin Yanuchili still in goal for the Outlaws for this third and final period. Hendersonville will carry the puck from my left to right. Outlaws from my right to left. Hendersonville with 63 seconds of power play time carrying over. And the puck is in the Outlaw zone, off the draw to start the third. Under a minute left in the power play now for the Outlaws. It's the Outlaws with the power play, not Hendersonville. I messed that up a few seconds ago, and James Daniel trying to carry the puck to the front of the net, but had it knocked away. Now here's Owen Hervey, right point, backhanding the puck down the wall to Josh Kane. Kane with a shot, missed the net to the left of Justin Smith. 30 seconds left of the power play for the Outlaws. Carter Morrison whips the puck around the boards. Owen Hervey can't keep it in at the right point. Hervey having to hold, backhands it back in as Josh Kane and Dalton Alejandro touched up. Puck over on the far side. Held in right point, Hervey. Pass down the wall, Dom Harpole intercepts. And now Patrick Sullivan tried to carry it out. Hervey took it away. Puck in the right wing corner. Pass out to the slot. Comes to Blake Rodemel. Left circle. His shot hits some skates up into the air. Penalty time against Hendersonville is up. They're back at even strength. Puck is behind the net. Carter Morrison passed ahead to Justin Schaefer, who didn't touch it, but it goes out to center. It's sent back in, but one Outlaw player to get back on side. Carter Morrison now through center. Into the Outlaw zone in the left wing. Morrison got bumped off the puck. And now it's carried out by the Outlaws. Dumped back into the Hendersonville zone where it's immediately grabbed by Merrick Mott. Mott passing up the far side. Gideon Drobnik hands it off to Mott, who had it jumble around in his stick and get away from him. Now here's Drobnik. Drobnik. Oh, we're going to have a penalty, it looks like. Well, Drobnik looked like he was being held, and they're going to call holding. I'm going to call it against Drobnik. Okay. So the Outlaws return to the power play down 4-3 with 12:05 to go. Draw's going to be to Justin Smith's right. One by the Outlaws. Shot from Blake Rodemel blocked. Jacob Schenk with a puck out at center. Falls over. Now here's Merrick Mott, right wing side of the Outlaw zone. One of the centering pass that was broken up by Rodemel. Trying to get across. I think it's Nate Luke out there with him. Big tie up for the puck in the right wing corner. Yeah, it is Luke out there with him as the Outlaws come up with the puck. Outlaws send the puck back into the Hendersonville zone, but it's icing. They're trying to cross ice forward diagonal stretch pass, and nobody in a charcoal sweater was able to catch up to it. 77 seconds left in the power play, 11:23 to go in the game. It is 4-3 Hendersonville. Draws to the left of Yanu Chile. Draw one by the Outlaws. Puck out at center. Carter Morrison sends it back into the Outlaws zone. Minute left in the power play for Tennessee. Now Jacob Schenk, right wing side of the Hendersonville zone. Had the puck poked away. Josh Kane with it now on the right half wall, passing out into open space in the left wing side for Logan Wood. Wood top of the left circle. Backhands it down the wall, but intercepted. Carter Morrison. Morrison races past Wood into the Outlaw zone, gets tripped up. He's drawn a penalty. Tripping against, I think it's Clive Keeler who went in the box. Yep. So 4-on-4 for 27 seconds, 10:33 to go. Hendersonville up 4-3. Draws to the left of Yano Chile, won by Hendersonville. Here's Jared Sheridan carrying it down the right wing and leaving it for Justin Schaefer. Schaefer around the back of the net, passing up to the left wing side. Dominic Harpole, a shot blockered away by Justin Yanuchili. Puck out in front. Penalty time against Hendersonville is up. They're back at even, or sorry, they're on the power play now for 93 seconds, I think. Yeah. Puck in the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side, and a shot from James Daniel to be kicked away by Justin Smith. Then a rebound try from Owen Hervey. He didn't shoot it very hard. That was stopped and covered up by Smith. 73 seconds left in the power play for Hendersonville. 9:46 to go in the game. The Commandos up 4-3. Draw is to the right of Justin Smith. Puck came to the front of the net off the draw. Smith had to steer it away. Here's Carter Morrison with the puck now for Hendersonville. Minute left in their power play. Morrison now left wing side. The Outlaws zone, passing to the center point, and Colin Smith. Smith Passing over to the right wing side, Sheridan. Across to Morrison, left circle. Morrison moves to the front of the net. A shot turned away by Yanuchili. Colin Smith moving it to the center point. Now Morrison, left circle. Morrison shot stopped and held onto by Yanuchili. Right at 30 seconds to go in the power play for Hendersonville. 9:03 to go in the game, and they're still up 4-3. Draws to the right of Yanuchili. Draw was one of the Outlaws. Hendersonville took it away, and Merrick Mott dropped it back to the blue line, but Jared Sheridan didn't move towards the puck, so Hendersonville had to regroup. Sheridan brings it back into the right wing side. A shot off a stick and into the netting above the glass. Draws to the left of Yanuchili. Won by Hendersonville. Jared Sheridan keeping it alive at the right point. Sheridan moving down the right wing. A shot gloved and held onto by Yanuchili. To Yanuchili's left. Won by Hendersonville. Merrick Mott. Around the back of the net. Passing out to the far wall. Carter Morrison. Now up top, Smith. Colin Smith. Penalty time against the Outlaws is up. They're back at even strength. Morrison. Passing back out up high. Colin Smith. A shot gloved and held on to by Yanuchili. 8:20 to go. 4-3 Hendersonville leading. Draws to the righty, Yanuchili. Won by the Outlaws. Puck sent around the boards to the near side. Held in at the right point, Jared Sheridan. And Christian Dickens carries the puck out so that Hendersonville can regroup. Now Sheridan inside his own zone. Leaves it for Morrison. Getting him to lead the charge. Morrison at center. Into the Outlaw zone. Right wing side. Moves to the front of the net. A backhander. Nice. Stopped by Yanuchili. Moving across. Making the save and covering it up. Draws to Yanuchili's right. Won by Hendersonville. One-timer from Nate Luke at the blue line. Missed the net to the right of Yanuchili. Puck in the right wing corner. There's like 5 guys digging for it, and the Outlaws come up with it and clear. A.J. Malloy, far side at center. Brings the puck into the Hendersonville zone, taken away and cleared out. We're now halfway through the final period. Puck back in the Hendersonville end. Alex Williams with it. Christian Dickens chipping it out. And up. Colin Smith called for offside as the puck came back to him. He was just over the Outlaw blue line. 6:40 to go. Still 4-3 Hendersonville. Draw in front of the Outlaws bench, won by Tennessee. Clive Keeler's shot inside the Hendersonville zone, missed the net to the left of Justin Smith. Owen Irving puts the puck out in front. Oh, and Clive Keeler's shot went off a stick and went past the net to the right of Smith. And now the puck comes to Colin Smith, who brings it out. Smith, left wing side of the Outlaws zone. Stops near the left wing corner, curls around a bit. Tried to put it out in front. Gage Salome couldn't get a stick on it. Now Smith behind the net. Comes out to the left circle. A backhander stopped and covered up by Yanuchili. And Gage Salome is going to go to the box. There was some yelling after the whistle, roughing the call. And Stephen Sullivan certainly does not want to see the Commandos gifting the Outlaws power plays when they're up by only a goal, 4-3 with 6:02 to go. The draw is going to be to the left of Justin Smith. And the Outlaws try to exchange a couple players, but Mike O'Neill's not letting it happen. Again, draws to Justin Smith's left. Won by Hendersonville. And Jared Sheridan is going to fire it down ice. Yanuchili stops it and leaves it for Bob Cobb. Cobb got it to center, and then Nate Luke tried to dump it back into the Outlaw zone, but he put it into the netting above the glass on the visiting side bleachers. Draw on the dot right in front of the bleachers across from the Outlaw bench, won by the Outlaws. Brought into the Hendersonville zone, Josh Kane, left point. Backhanding it over to the right wing side, and Jacob Shank across to Blake Rodemel. Rodemel with a shot, stop, rebound, score, Clive Keeler. Smith made the save, and Clive Keeler bangs to the rebound, and the Outlaws have tied the game. And gifting them a power play ends up backfiring. It's 4-4 with 5:23 to go. Merrick Mott into the Outlaw zone, takes a bump. On the right wing side, Carter Morrison shot in the right point, stopped and covered up by Yanuchili. Draws to the left of Yanuchili. Won by Hendersonville. Carter Morrison backhanding it over to the left wing side. Gideon Drobnik has it. Drobnik had it poked away as he was trying to go to the front of the net, and Outlaws clear it. Sent back the other way by Morrison. And the clearing attempt of the Outlaws broken up by Merrick Mott, but he fumbled the puck. But Outlaws couldn't get it out anyway. It's still inside the zone. Gideon Drobnik trying to go to the front of the net. Puck out at center. That's brought back into the Hendersonville zone by the Outlaws, and Owen Hervey whipping it around the wall. Puck in the right wing corner. Merrick Mott out at center, crosses the red line, dumps it into the Outlaw zone. Here's A.J. Malloy for the Outlaws. Pass is intercepted. Jared Sheridan carries it back in. Sheridan at the left point. Fumbled the puck and it went out. He dumps it back in. His teammates had to get back on side. Now here is Colin Smith. Trying to exit his own zone on the far side. Puck was poked away. Justin Schaefer has it. Dom Harpole, now Sheridan. Puck on the near side, Patrick Sullivan. Here's Schaefer, left wing side of the Outlaw zone, drops it back. Comes back to Schaefer in the slot, but it went off his stick and past the net. I don't think he was trying to deflect it or redirect. I think he just got away from him. Puck cleared out by the Outlaws again. It's back in the Hendersonville zone, picked up by Sheridan. Past ahead, Schaefer. Now Colin Smith in the Outlaw zone down the slot. Moves to the left circle, a shot gloved and held on to by Yanuchili. 4-4 with 2:51 to go. Shots on goal for the Hendersonville say 30, but I think it should be close to 40. By my estimation, it's either 38 or 39. Draws to the right of Yanuchili. Hendersonville won the puck off the draw, and the shot was turned away by Yanuchili. Gideon Drobnik behind the net. Out to the right wing side. Try to pass in front. Went off some sticks. Nate Luke holds it in. Shot past the net. Here's Drobnik now. Right circle, a shot. Steered away by Yanuchili. Now Nate Luke, right or left circle, shot, deflected past the net. Puck sent down low by Carter Morris, went off the skates of Drobnik. Puck on the far boards now picked up by the Outlaws. And a pass ahead to Josh Kane was broken up. It's in the Hendersonville zone. Jacob Schenk nudging it into the right circle, came to the front of the net, and Justin Smith had to steer it away. So the Outlaws with their big guns out there, but now here's Gideon Drobnik back in the Outlaw zone. A shot off a stick and past the net. Puck comes out to the right circle. Drobnik trying to put it out in front of the shot. Stopped and covered up point blank by Yanuchili. It was Braden Rosa with the chance to give Hendersonville a 5-4 lead. But the game is still tied at 4 with 90 seconds to go. Draw is going to be to Yanuchili's right. Draw was won by the Hendersonville, but a shot was blocked, and here come the Outlaws. Owen Hervey chasing the puck down the left wing wall in the Hendersonville zone. Battling with Carter Morrison, who kicks it up the boards. Gideon Drobnik with it now, hands it off to Colin Smith. Smith to center. Smith into the Outlaw zone on the right wing side. Passes out in front, but it misses Drobnik, who was almost all alone in front. Final minute of the game, Clive Keeler in the Hendersonville zone. Passes up to the left point, and Blake Rodemel's shot broken up. Blocked by Gideon Drobnik. Puck went out to center. Puck back in the Hendersonville zone, picked up by Carter Morrison, drops it back. Owen Hervey backhanding it across. Morrison picks it up, passes ahead. Colin Smith had to go off his stick. It's in the Outlaw zone under 30 seconds left of the game now. Cameron Wells with the puck. Puck whipped around the boards to the near side. And it's carried out by the Outlaws. James Daniel in the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side. Got bumped off the puck by Jared Sheridan. Justin Schaefer now. Left wing corner. Now Drobnik is going to carry it out ahead to Colin Smith. Time running out. Colin Smith in the Outlaw zone. A shot turned away. Turned away by Yanuchili, and that's it. The game ends in a 4-4 tie. And both sides will be feeling that they should have won that. But Clive Keeler with a power play goal past the midway point of this third that rescues a point for the Outlaws. And they win. Oh, they don't win. The game ends in a 4-4 tie. They do not win. But, wow, Hendersonville, the Outlaws were up 3-0 past the midway point of the first. It didn't look like they were going to run off with this game. Hendersonville got one goal back in the first, and then they got within 3-2 just 9 seconds into the second, and then past the midway point of the second, it was tied up, and then they took the lead in the second. But Clive Keeler scores the only goal of the third to ensure a 4-4 tie. So the Outlaws now with a win and a tie on the season, and Hendersonville with a loss and a tie. And I'm going to go look at the score sheet. All right, so the goal scorers in this one. First for the Outlaws, Josh Kane, who scored just 48 seconds into the game. Jacob Shank, James Daniel, and Clive Keeler. And for Hendersonville, Merrick Mott, Patrick Sullivan, Nate Luke, and Caden Smith. But the player of the game is going to be Outlaw goalie Justin Yanuchili. Now, the scoreboard read 34 shots on goal. By my estimation, Hendersonville had 43. So Yanuchili made 39 saves on 43 shots, and Hendersonville had some really good shots. Darn good ones. And it looked like Carter Morrison was going to get on the board at any moment. And for keeping Morrison off the boards alone, off the score sheet alone, Justin Yanuchili is player of the game. Because Hendersonville got so much better as this game went on. So much better. So that's two games we've done now in the last week where somebody made up a deficit only to not get the result they wanted. Centennial made up a 3-0 deficit on USN last Wednesday, only for Ryan Barrett to score the game winner with 37 seconds to go. And then tonight, Hendersonville make up a 3-0 deficit on the Outlaws, actually take a 4-3 lead, only for the Outlaws to score a goal with just over 5 minutes left and get the game to end in a tie. All right, so with that being the one game of the night in the books, let us check the standings. First off, no Tier 1 games tonight, so those standings remain the same. Franklin leading at 4-0, MBA second at 3-0, Father Ryan third at 2-0, Ravenwood fourth at 1-2, Pope Prep MLK GCA fifth at 1-3, Rutherford Rampage sixth at 0-1, Mount Juliet 7th at 0-2, and Brentwood 8th at 0-3. So here's how the Tier 2 standings change. Ensworth, Nolensville, Lipscomb still at 3-0. USNBA Nashville Christian second at 2-0-1, 2 wins and a tie. The Outlaws now move into sole possession of third with 1 win and a tie, 3 points. Summit Page fourth at 1-0. Hendersonville-Beech-Gallatin and Station Camp Liberty Creek are now both at 0-1-1, 1 loss and a tie. Centennial still seventh at 0-2, and Independence Ravenwood 2 at 0-3. So Wednesday night, just 2 games, both here on Rink A at Centennial. 7:10, Hendersonville-Beech-Gallatin taking on Station Camp Liberty Creek. And then at 8:40, Mount Juliet, Wilson Central, Green Hill taking on the Rampage, Rutherford Rampage. We'll have both those games for you. 7 p.m. pregame for a 7:10 face-off between Hendersonville and Station Camp. 8:30 pregame for an 8:40 face-off between Rutherford and Mount Juliet. But what a game we had tonight as the Outlaws went up 3-0 past the midway point of the first. Hendersonville completely made up that deficit, went up 4-3 late in the second, only for Clive Keeler to score what ended up being the game-tying goal with just 5 minutes and 23 seconds left in the match. So the Outlaws, unbeaten start to the season, 1-0-1, 1 win and a tie. Hendersonville, 1 loss and a tie, and I was wrong about Hendersonville. They showed me something tonight. I don't know if they're going to move up to Tier 1, but I think they might make some teams work for it. Unfortunately, they've already played Ensworth and been beaten by them 6-0. But they've gotten a tie against the Outlaws, and now they have to play Summit. So we'll see how they make that particular race go. But anyway, that is it this evening. Just one game in the GNASH universe, and we had it for you. A 4-4 tie between Tennessee Outlaws and Hendersonville-Beech-Gallatin. I'm Michael Hackney. Thank you all so much for listening. We'll talk to you Wednesday night right back here at Centennial for the doubleheader to close out Week 3 of the season.